Hey world, I'm Josh.
I'm Lauren.
Welcome to another episode of Let's Try Stuff.
Coffee edition.
Today we are trying a box, the Flavor Flight, that was provided to us by BeanGenius. Missed opportunity there, folks, for BeanGenius. But I'll give you a pass on that, BeanGenius. I very much like this box. It's got some cool word art on the side there. It's kind of fun. And inside, this is the same kind of box that our Misto box comes in, except Misto box is just gray and black, or brown and black. They gave us a nice sticker. I think that's a sticker. If not,
yep,
it will make its way, no matter what, onto one of our collages up there. And then this box comes with a nice welcome note that also sort of describes what they're all about. I guess the premise here is to use, they have an algorithm and you go through and you click flavors you like, and then they also send you 3 packs of these beans that aren't labeled at all. We're going to go through and test them all, so warning in advance, this video might get a little long. But they have these different little identifying logos on the front that we'll try each. Obviously, the first one we're trying is this sort of Target nipple one. So you pick which coffee you like best. You put in your flavor preferences on their online thing. I'll try to figure out how to screen record and at least show the website a little bit. But I believe it's BeanGenius.com. That would be logical. They also provide a brew guide.
I like that.
Yeah, it's very nice. That's something Misto Box didn't provide. It would have been nice. I think they do have guides on their website, but I like having this handy.
It's a cool little fold-out thing.
Yeah, not that I really need it at this point, but still, if I was just starting, when we first started this, it would have been nice to have. They got drip coffee, French press, and pour over. We did ours with Chemex, as we always do. And this also came with a nice handwritten note from Adam from Operations. Thank you, Adam, for contacting us and sending us this.
We're really excited to give it a try.
Yeah, I prefer, so far, I like this idea of the blind taste test.
Yeah.
In Misto Box, we would get 4 in like an adventure pack, a little bit smaller than this, 4 coffees, but it came with the information on what it was right off the bat. And honestly, we didn't know what we liked in specialty coffee when we started, so for beginning out, I think I like this method better. What about you?
We're a little older and a little wiser, so... And I also like the idea of it being, an algorithm. I think that's interesting.
I think a lot of them do use algorithms, but I like the blind element with this.
Yeah, because then you're not going to project anything onto it.
But our first coffee here, we've been through a lot of coffee now, and it's fairly obvious to me. I mean, here's the beans. They're small beans.
They're really little.
A very nice light roast, and it's pretty obvious to me this is a natural processed or honey processed coffee, although because of the color I'm leaning towards natural processed, which is our wheelhouse. It is my favorite kind of coffee.
It's a really good coffee.
So while perhaps the blind taste test is less relevant to us now, we can at least have fun trying to guess.
Yep.
What do you think?
I mean, it smells a lot like even some of the geishas that we've had.
It really does. I would say it's got that blueberry natural process smell. I'm leaning towards it probably being African in origin, but I could be wrong about that.
I'm going to assume that.
Probably Ethiopian, because most of the natural processed coffees we get are from Ethiopia. I see more honey processed from Latin American countries. And if it's a geisha, which would really surprise me because it's so expensive, I don't think that they would send that. But if it was, the one we've had is from Panama. So, the coffee smells very nice, very sweet. It's been sitting for a while. When I first brewed it, the fruity scents were there. Now I'm getting a little more caramel kind of notes. Oh yeah. That's the stuff.
This is a smooth cup of coffee.
I'm really looking forward to finding out who roasted this coffee, because this is some darn good coffee.
Mm-hmm. I don't get a whole lot of fruity notes, but the smooth flavor, and it's very nutty, and it's just very tasty. There's nothing too acidic about it. It's just mellow.
It's very clearly natural processed to me. I very much taste that flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Could be wrong, could be honey, but there's no way it's washed.
Nope.
So that's the first one. I suspect this will be the favorite. I'm suspecting it will get darker from here.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't drink 4 or 5 cups in a row, so we'll probably try this as the week goes on.
Yep.
So we'll be back at some point. First coffee, probably natural processed, delicious. Can't wait to find out which it is. Stick around to the end of the video if we are able to find out. Okay, second coffee, and you can tell from my hair that it's in the morning. And this is the solid white dot flavor, and it's kind of weird. It kind of changed smells with every bit of processing. Like in the bean form, it kind of smells a little on the darker side. But it doesn't have a really dark roast. I don't know if you can. It's not dark or oily or anything. I would say after we ground it, it got a more floral, fruity kind of smell. And then brewing it in the Chemex, it got more of a caramel, chocolate, earthy, coffee kind of smell. And then, if I had to guess, it's probably Central or South American. Be my guess, probably Central, but maybe South. Don't see a lot of South American coffee that isn't like the freeze-dried variety, so I think this is probably Central. What do you think of how it tastes?
Yeah, I think this is going to be more up my alley than yours.
Yeah.
Definitely a lighter roast, or a darker roast taste.
Than the first one.
Yeah.
Not in the grand spectrum.
No. It's still fairly light, but it's darker than the one we just tried. I would guess that this is Central American for sure.
Okay.
Just because of the way it is and the fact that it's also not super oily.
I'd be surprised. I guess the other region maybe like Indonesian or something. Pacific Islands. But I doubt it. Just because you don't see that often.
It's really tasty.
It's complex. It's interesting.
I definitely prefer the first one, but this is a nice variety.
The first one is what I would drink all the time. This is sort of all-nighter coffee. Like it kind of puts hair on your chest a little bit, but not in a bad way. It just has more bitter notes than the first one. It's not sweet.
Yeah.
And it's not harsh. It's not Starbucks harsh. It has a clean finish. So,
definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't turn it away, obviously, but it wouldn't be my first choice.
Yeah.
So on the flavor flight, I'm still leaning toward the first one. What about you?
Me too.
Okay. Alright, we'll be back with the third one. Okay, third coffee. I think this is the right bag. I know it's the right third coffee. The no circle, or no, the circle with black in the middle. If it's not, well, we'll figure it out when we do the last part where we figure out what we had. The beans on this one, I think we've inadvertently gone from lightest to darkest without knowing anything. The beans, I don't know how to describe the smell. Coffee beans, a little bit of a...
More chocolatey than the others.
A little bit of a straw kind of flavor, smell, I mean. Here's a look at the beans. So again, not so dark that it's Starbucks oily black, but I think probably the darkest. These are some pretty big beans. I don't think, they don't seem round enough to be pea berries, but they are pretty darn big. And the coffee, I think when I brewed it and smelled it, had a lot of tobacco notes. It has cooled down some more and sweetened up a little bit in this cup, the smell. But I think the tobacco is still underlying.
Once it's not in bean form, I can't smell anything. So.
When I was brewing it, it was really heavy on the tobacco side. I'm going to taste it, see what you think.
So I don't, yeah, take a sip and then I'll say it because I don't want to bias you.
Okay, go ahead.
So this one is my second favorite.
I agree.
I would rank it the first one that we tried, then this, and then the one that we tried recently, the white circle.
This tastes like the charred layer of a toasted marshmallow, like a burnt marshmallow for s'mores, like when you literally set it on fire in a campfire.
In fact, I think that this one might actually be my favorite.
I'm natural process for life, but I could see you.
I mean, that one was fabulous, it really was. But this one is citrusy, and it's a darker roast, and yeah, it really is that tobacco-y burnt, not burnt as in the beans are burnt. But
no, it tastes like the black layer of a marshmallow. It tastes like a toasted burnt marshmallow.
Yeah, you know what? Sorry, I'm gonna go with this one as my favorite.
I could see that. It's a very good coffee. I'm having trouble. We've had similar flavors before. I don't remember from where. Could be Central American, could be... I don't think it's African, but it could. I really don't know. I struggle to place it.
I'm gonna assume that it's African. It has like a lemony type of citrus that I really like.
I could see why you'd say that. I don't know that I agree 100% on the citrusy. It really did sweeten up the smell as it has cooled down. It was really, really heavy tobacco smell. Like, not burnt tobacco, but not like the smoke, but actual tobacco. I know this is going to be a very long video, but I didn't know another way to do it. It didn't make sense to do it in parts.
Yeah.
So,
first of all, I just want to say I think this service is great. I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of coffee all of these are.
yeah, that's going to come up at the end here.
I think it's really cool.
Try and do a voiceover and look on the website now that we've finished it. I'll try to record the screen. If I can't, then we'll be back here. You'll see.
Yeah.
Rank them. You said
this one,
natural, and then the other one. Yeah. I would go the natural processed. The first one, and then the third one, this one, and then the second one. So, interesting to me, because I tend to only like the sweeter coffees, and this, I like this too.
Yeah, I think the middle one was the only one I didn't love. I
Yeah.
mean, that was a good coffee, it just wasn't for me.
Might have made for a suitable cold brew or espresso. You know, you just don't have enough beans or really enough time to try every brew method.
Yeah.
Be more thorough reviews if we did that with every bag, but man.
Scientific, but not as interesting.
At least we're consistent in the Chemex across the board.
Yeah.
Anyway, next thing from us you'll hopefully experience is a reveal on what each one was. You're guessing African.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're still probably in a Central America type region. Not certain. So you might be right. And that's it. We'll be back. One more thing I would say. I don't know BeanGenius's pricing, but we're getting to a point with Lauren being home more of needing more coffee. So I don't think I'd give up Misto Box because they've been so good to us and so cool. But BeanGenius has also been extremely cool to send us these, and I like this coffee, and we're adventurous, so I like different roasters. And we've probably been through all the Misto Box roasters in about 2 years now, so.
Yeah.
So, we'll come back with the reveal. So here's the reveal. Looks like we did pretty well, actually. The first one, the target-looking one in the middle, was in fact an Ethiopian coffee, and we were pretty close on the other two, Latin American and Sumatran coffee. Here's our palette profiler that we picked for ourselves. Those are the fruity, citrusy, floral flavors that we kind of like, but then I clicked on the palette profiler just to show you what else they present as options. They have more earthy and chocolatey flavors that we typically don't go for. Then how it works, just take the test, pick a plan, and give them feedback, which the test is the flavor flight. You pick your subscription plan, and then you give the feedback, or something in that order. Pricing. Monthly is $22 a month, $20.90 a month if you buy 6 months in advance, or a little more, a little less for annual, and then you can see month for twice a month. The price is there. Seems pretty reasonable, on course with everybody else. And then just here, I am showing the roasters. The only ones I think on that list that we had before were Portola and Square One, so that's interesting to us to be able to try some new roasters, and it's a pretty extensive list. So that covers everything. Thanks again to BeanGenius, and thanks for watching.